Yo ho ho ho, Tosh here. Today we're going to talk a little bit about my strategy as we approach the Gen Zero Hero Sale coming up in just a couple days on 9:30. Again, that's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. That's also, I believe, 2 a.m. UTC. I might have to double check that, but otherwise looks good. Make sure you're there. I believe if you are there with more than 1,000 Jewel ready to go, that you have a pretty good chance at getting at least one Gen Zero Hero. I'm hoping to get two, but we'll talk a little bit about my strategy in just a sec. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you want to get the latest and greatest DeFi Kingdoms content. On 9:30, when the Gen Zero Hero launches does occur, I am going to be live streaming, so you don't want to miss that. We're also getting pretty close to that 500 subscriber mark. I will do another giveaway once we get there. Details to be revealed once we get to 500, but it's going to be exciting. And then last reminder before we get started is that I am not a financial advisor and nothing in this video should be taken as a financial advice. Make sure you only risk what you are able to lose, yada yada yada, all the other things I'm supposed to say as a financial responsible YouTuber. Let's go ahead and start this video by taking a look at the chart. So as we can see here, Bitcoin taking a little bit of a dump today. It's around 41.7. All right, whatever. Bitcoin's Bitcoin, and obviously the whole market is going to follow Bitcoin. So since we see that little drop, it's to be expected that we're going to see a drop everywhere in the market. Let's go ahead and take a look at Jewel. So as we're filming this, the price of Jewel is at 136. Pretty steady. Jewel did reach its all-time high just a couple days ago at 147 or so, and dropping down to 136 with this big tank in Bitcoin is actually pretty promising. Jewel is performing better than most of the market. It's performing better than a lot of the coins here. Next up, we can look at the one chart. So one has been steadily dropping with Bitcoin. To be expected, it is a bigger supply. There's a bigger market cap to one, so it is going to be more difficult to change. So Jewel hasn't been moving as much because a lot of people are really excited about the events coming up. And what's really interesting here is that we can look at the Jewel 1 ratio, and it's just steadily climbing. So that means that Jewel is outperforming 1 overall. It's getting more profit overall. Jewel's becoming more valuable. Our liquidity pools, if you're in those, then they're starting to get a little bit more in balance, where you'll receive more 1 tokens than Jewel tokens for trading as this ratio goes up. So really interesting to see that, and kind of sets the foundations for how we're going to form our strategy. So what should we make of all this data right now? Well, what I am seeing here is that if Bitcoin and 1 start to recover, that Jewel is just going to skyrocket. So I'm expecting some pretty big increases in the Jewel price in the next couple of days. And also on October 15th, we are going to have the land snapshot for 5K Jewel holders. And that's going to be a much more difficult thing to obtain if we see the rise in the Jewel multiplier. So Jewel is going to be in high demand. The game is going to start as well. So we're going to have to think about how that is going to play into all of the tokenomics here too. The next thing that you need to consider is, what is your goal for this Gen Zero Hero sale? Are you trying to get 1 Gen Zero Hero? Are you trying to get 2 Gen Zero Heroes? Are you trying to get 3 Gen Zero Heroes? I don't think that will happen, but we'll see. You might get 3 Gen Zero Heroes if you have the money to fork over, and if you're there at time and play all your cooldowns well, but we will see. Or maybe you're just holding off and waiting for Gen 1 Heroes. Totally cool. They are going to be significantly cheaper. But that's the first thing to orient yourself to, is what is your strategy? What do you actually want to get out of this Gen Zero Hero sale? And considering your goal with the Gen Zero Hero sale, you first want to figure out how much Jewel should you reserve to keep that and be able to meet your goal. So for me, I'm looking to get 2 Gen Zero Heroes. I plan to be there right at the start. I think if I put a little over 3,000 Jewel away for this sale, that I will be plenty fine, because I'm hoping to get one of the ones closer to 1,000. So that would give the difference between that. I might have about 1,700 left over from that pool. Let's say if I spend 1,300 on my first one, that gives me 1,700 left to pay for my second one. So I'm mathing out, if I have 3,000 Jewel, I will be in a pretty comfortable position to have enough Jewel for the 2 Gen Zero Heroes that I want to get. The next thing you want to consider is how long do you plan on playing DeFi Kingdoms and participating in this economy? So with that, if you are not really planning on participating in the economy and playing the game long term, maybe putting all of your coins into XJewel and being a bank maxi right now is a pretty good idea. Remember, 10% of the sale funds are going to go to XJewel holders. So with a 3 million sale, that means 300,000 are going to go to the XJewel holders, and I feel like a lot of people are going to be pulling out their XJewels to be able to afford these Gen 0 heroes. So there's going to be fewer XJewel holders to distribute that between. We're going to see some pretty big multiplier gains on the Gen 0 hero sale right away. So XJewel holders are going to have a great time during this sale. They're going to get a sweet amount of XJewel right away. That's going to be great. And some people are also considering how much jewel they actually want to have to operate in the game. So those mechanics aren't really out there yet. We don't really know like how useful it is going to have tons of different heroes. How much are you going to have to use and spend jewel in the game to actually fuel the game and make sure you're like being able to participate in the activities that you want to participate. So a lot of people are considering holding on to some jewel for that. I personally don't think that that's really that necessary. I think the game is going to help produce jewel more than cost jewel, unless you are looking to purchase additional heroes, which I think the Gen 1 heroes are going to start off to be a bit pricey, but that price will taper off over time as more get put into the marketplace being summoned. But what do you think is going to happen to that? Are you going to hold on to some jewel to play the game with, or are you just going to risk it and put it all into your Gen 0 heroes? Let me know what you think in the comment. Looking at my strategy, I actually just dumped more into the liquidity pools because I want to take advantage of those high APRs. We know that APRs are going to be slashed over time. I am in this game long term, so I have no problem with getting some jewel locked at this point. I also have plenty of locked jewel that's ready to get mined, so I actually might be holding onto my claims a little bit longer if I don't plan on dumping more into my pools. But right now we're at about 5,500% APR in the Jewel 1 pool. That is pretty awesome, and like even though it's not quite 24,000 APR, still 5,500% APR is nothing to complain about. And also like these rewards are not going to be there forever. Like they are going to get slashed in just a few hours. That's going to go down, and then we're going to be really grateful for whatever rewards were left at the next point too. So for me, more pool action just makes sense. I feel like this is also going to help fund me with a steady supply of jewel as the game progresses and as time goes on, which is going to be cool. I plan on picking up a few Gen 1 heroes from the marketplace if it seems that there's some really good utility, and if I can start making some money from summoning as well. Well, I feel pretty confident in my strategy, ready to go for this Gen 0 hero sale. I'm really curious, what is your strategy? Was anything in this video useful for your strategy? Is it helping you form a better strategy of how you're going to approach this? Maybe you didn't have a strategy before. I'd love to hear like what you came up with, or maybe you had a sweet strategy, or maybe you're like, Tosh, you're a dumbass. I've got this awesome strategy, it's way better. Let me know. I'm always willing to learn and would love to hear what other people are doing around the community. Well, thanks a bunch, everyone. Appreciate you all tuning in. I will be again live streaming this event when it happens, and that's going to be on September 30th at 7 o'clock Eastern time. That's going to be super fun. I hope to see you there. A reminder, we're going to do the giveaway at 500 subscribers as well, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, this is Tosh signing off. Catch you next one.